Welcome back to part 3 of the series on search engine ranking and optimization. Last time we were discussing keyword density, and we had actually gone ahead and done a check on our current page. Remember, key density is really the number of keywords and phrases that exist on your page, and it's a fraction of those keywords against your total number of words. Okay, so here are our 4 keywords. Just to recap, and what we had done was we had counted essentially all these expressions, and then we had come up with our keyword density of 60 over 1652, which is 3.6%, and we had discussed that ideally you want to be somewhere between 5% and 20%. I prefer to be somewhere close to 10%, but we'll see what we did. We had made some changes. This expression was not that common, so what I had done is change tutorial to training, and I also added more instances of SQL Server 2008. So I have actually updated my page, and here's what it looks like. I took out all the frames also. I'm simply going to copy this from the web into a Word document, and yeah, you could use essentially any kind of essentially word processing solution out there. I just work with Word, so I'm going to go ahead and copy this, and now what I'm going to do is one by one I want to essentially count the number of my keywords. And so let me just copy this one and find out how many times do we have this in our document. And so this was found 3, which is I think what we had initially, so that nothing's changed there. Let me find SQL Server 2008, which actually, remember, this is a combination of essentially SQL Server and SQL Server 2008. So we'll count those both, and then we'll come up with essentially a median. So let me find 2008 first. So this is 37, so I'm going to write this down on a piece of paper here, and then I'm also going to search for SQL Server. And the reason this is going to be different is because, remember, we are also working with SQL Server 2000 and 2008, so there's going to be disconnect. So this is 81, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to average these out. So let's just see, 37 plus 81 divided by 2. So now I'm getting 59, which is, I believe, a lot better than what we had. Okay, so 59. We'll change this here, and then let's search this one also to see what we get for this one. We found this 2 times. But I think if I go something like 2000 training, let me try that. We didn't. 2000, missing a 0 there. So we are not finding that. What about 2008 training? Okay, so we are not finding these. Let me quickly take a look at the page, because I think we had. So here's the deal. Okay, so it says SQL Server 2000 video training, and notice this word video is in the middle, but or these 2 words are in the middle, but essentially when the crawlers, they will still look at SQL Server training. Okay, so I'm going to actually count these, and same thing here again, 1, 2, 3. Okay, this was, I believe, was tutorial. So I'm actually going to go ahead and change this to maybe, let's say, 5, because I do think that the other ones should be included. And let me find this one, which is our last expression. Alright, so this again, it doesn't show up, but once again, if you go to our pages, notice that we do have free SQL Server. Okay, it may not be SQL Server free, the word order may be different, but the search engine still account for that. Okay, and same thing here, free SQL Server. So So I think I am gonna include those as well. So let me go ahead and add these up real quick and see what we come up with as our new keyword density. So the new keyword density is going to be 74, and our number of words, if we do a check, is 1673. So our words have gone up a little bit also, which is okay. 73. So let me just do this. 74 divided by this one. So our density has gone up to 4.4%. It's not bad. I would still even keep going and try to get it to close to 5%, but this is good. Okay, so we are finally done with step 4 and 5, which were I believe the ones that took the longest time. If you can remember, step 4 was all about tags. We talked about meta tags. We discussed body tags, okay, in detail, and part of the last lesson. In this lesson we went over keyword density. So moving on, which is step 6, which is images, okay, and these are definitely helpful for an issue that you could be having, which is, do you have keywords that are hard to put in the text? Maybe they're misspelled. Okay, so we run into this scenario every now and then. We have some pages on Excel, and I found out that people are searching for Excel by typing in EXCELL, 2 L's instead of 1. So how do we incorporate that? Because if you put that on a page, for a user it's going to look like you didn't do a spell check. Well, this is where the images come into play. Adding images is the perfect solution for this. And why is that? Because what we can do is we can use the alt tag, which stands for alternate text. So let's go ahead and take a look at this neat little trick. What I did is, if you'll notice towards the end, I added this image, which really for our page it doesn't it sort of doesn't fit in because we don't really have any images, but I'm just trying to show you how this works. Okay, so here we have an image which it says database mirroring in SQL Server 2008. The idea is maybe that when the user clicks on that, it takes them to another page or takes them to a file. So let's go back to our editor, which is Coffee Cup HTML editor. I'm going to go ahead and open up this page, and my screen resolution is quite low right now, so everything looks pretty big. But if I scroll all the way down to the end of the page to find this tag, okay, here's the tag, and it starts with IMG, and you'll notice that we don't really have anything that reads alt. Here's the alt tag. Okay, so what is this used for? Well, the alt tag is essentially a way to tell browsers what this image contains. Okay, so this image file, which is the one on database mirroring, it is in the image, but the crawlers cannot read the image because they're essentially focused on text. That's all they do, is they search for text. So this is a great way to not only improve your keyword density, but help the crawlers really tell what this is all about. Okay, now I'm just simply going to copy my image. By the way, another thing is, when you're putting in images, you want to name your image files based on your keywords. So notice that I'm including SQL Server 2008 in here, so this is another little technique. But I'm just going to go ahead and add this part right here, and notice that I use this expression, which is one of my keyword phrases. So this looks good. I'm going to go ahead and save this. And before I refresh this, notice if I come into the browser and I go to the properties on this, okay, notice it says alternate text is missing. So when we refresh this page, this should change. I think I saved it. Let me go ahead and close this here, and then come back into my FTP solution. I'm going to go ahead and refresh this page and upload it one more time, and then come to my browser and refresh this page. Now when I come here and go to my